Hello, and welcome my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need read for this full to new in June 2023? I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, my initials. I'm a professional witch. I'm a professional intuitive. I am the president of Drawing the Circle production since 1998. We just hit 25 years in service. I am the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There's a Kindle version available. If you like, you can click a link in the description box and preview it for free. See some of the prayers, principles, and practices that have kept me in business this long, as all that I do in a day and have been for 25 years. The original version of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, which is a Fellini film festival compared to what's on Kindle. Well, some of my subscribers get that on Patreon, and I love Patreon. The best career move I have ever made. All of my subscribers get 3 things in common. Number 1, all the extended readings that I've ever done are over there on Patreon, the part 2s to the part 1s. They get a daily check-in with me pretty much every single day, an unlisted YouTube live streaming. So they chat, they say hi, we chat about the astrological weather of the day, the magical applications, the spiritual implications. We always end with a prayer, a blessing, a little something, something to send us on our way. And it is the best thing for me to start my day with, after coffee, and check myself in the mirror. Just don't go live stream without just checking out how I look. But it sets me up for everything else that I do. And the third thing that is such a blessing to be able to give is an extensive discount on private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings and all of that. We'll talk about it at the end of the video, but just saying, there's now a 7-day free trial option if you opt to as seeker. The bottom tier, the first tier, that would still get you everything well, unless you actually subscribe. I don't know about the discount. We'll talk about it. I've never turned anybody away because of money, but that's another video entirely. So just click the link, check it out. I love Patreon. It really is my service to the world in a wonderful way for creative types like myself to do what we do. So click the link, check it out. Come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyon. You can just call me Mal. Hi. I have Aquarius in the 7th house. I think that speaks loads, considering I am a Leo rising. Loads. Let's get down to business. We're going to do some explanation for the new Aquarians and cross-watchers, and we'll get to the divination. So if you'd like to skip ahead, we've heard this 1,000 times before. I understand. It's okay. But for the new people, a card draw is just one card from 8 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about anything, but in this case, a 2-week timeline of full to new moon in June 2023 to help you release, let go, that waning part of it. When the moon rides at her peak, full moon, then ye heart's desires seek. Absolutely. Bask in that. Give yourself 3 days of just feeling the full. And then comes in the releasing, the letting go, the waning, culminating with the 3 days before new moon called dark or balsamic moon, when the shadow work tends to get, when the letting go tends to be at a maximum, particularly in these 2 weeks. It's just a good idea to have some clues, some tips, some hints along the way to clear the field and then kind of nail the new moon. So let's talk about how dare you? How dare you back up? No, it's fine. Let's look at this 2-week period. The full moon in Sagittarius, Saturday, June 3rd, 11:42. Is that PM? I do believe that is PM. So that's going to be an interesting thing in terms of the witching hour for me. 11:30 PM to 12:30 a.m. is the witching hour for me, so 11:42 p.m. that works. Then, like I said, June 3rd, 11:42 p.m. Eastern, I am in New York. 2 weeks later, we get to the new moon in Gemini on Sunday, June 18th, but then it goes void, of course, so it goes new at 12:37 a.m. I'll be up for that. I can cast at 1 a.m., but it goes void, of course, at 2:24 4 a.m., which is not a great time for magic, good time for rest and meditation, even divination. But then if you want, you can wake up in the morning, 6:58 a.m. or after, obviously, and the moon will be in Cancer. So I'm going to do magic for both, a little air magic in the wee hours, and then when I wake up, maybe with a cup of coffee, I'll do a little Cancerian something element of water in between those dates. And this one's important for Aquarians. Let's start with on June 5th. Venus enters Leo, which is your opposite sign, but it's a complementary opposite, so that's lovely, of course. If you have any planets in Leo in your natal chart, you might want to check that out. After that, we've got Pluto in Capricorn, which is cardinal Earth. It may or may not affect the Aquarian directly. However, it's going to affect everyone in that sense because Pluto is a generational planet. It's the furthest one out, the slowest orbit. So that'll be going into Capricorn, which is transformation in the sign of highest potential. That's a lot, 10th house, cardinal Earth there. It happens on the 11th of June, and here's the one. Buckle up, Aquariums. Saturn goes retrograde in Aquarius on the 17th in those 3 days before the new moon, in the dark moon. In fact, the 17th it goes in, but the 18th is that new moon. So this could be tricky. And again, you know, Saturn is also generational. I mean, it makes its way, retrogrades around quicker, obviously, than Pluto and Uranus. And that's your planet, right? Let's not go there right now, because this feels like it could be an important read. I mean, all of them are, and it's all holographic. So, look, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. And cross-watchers, you have the opportunity to help, really, the Aquarian that you are cross-watching for maybe applying, I don't know, some of the wisdoms from the Whispers of Lord Ganesh, or the Archangel Fire Oracle, or do the mantra, or Divine Animals Oracle. There are chakras involved in this read. So let's get these on the table. 8-card draw. I think that's enough explanation. So the shift from explanation, which I am honored to do for new people, to the divination, which, please, I'm so heavily sacred contracted in this life to do. It is my joy, it is my pleasure to do so, but that shift happens. And the still point, which I think Aquarians have an easier time finding than any other sign. Ready? Please take a nice deep breath. Let's see if we can have fun with this. Still point. Pantheonic override. Card number 1. Using the Caroline Mace archetype cards. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the beloved Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video, who are drawn to this reading. Please, beloved ones, what is the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra hovering over the head of the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross-watchers, reason, season, or lifetime, indicating the alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, 3 atoms in between lead and gold that need to be surrendered, transformed, developing a soul power in them to help them do the shadow work, this full to new. Ooh. Prostitute archetype. Woo, hooker. No. Everybody has the prostitute archetype because it's one of the 4 survival family archetypes. Everyone has the child, the victim, the saboteur, and the prostitute. Sacred contracts. Caroline Mace. Life-changing work. I could go on, but I won't. So even corporations and nations have the 4 survival archetypes. The trunk of the archetypal tree that influences the health of every other thing going on. Written on the card is the shadow attribute at the bottom, the light attribute at the top. I call this lead, I call this gold, and we're all somewhere in between the two. The shadow attribute places material consideration and security above self-empowerment. No one else can make those decisions for you. The prostitute archetype is the guardian of faith versus comfort, or with comfort, right? It is safety, right? Faith places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. In other words, you deliberately disempower yourself in order to survive. And I get it. We've all done it for thousands of lifetimes, let alone thousands of years. The light attribute, what we're all shooting for here The gold accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. So here's the question to ask yourself, and it doesn't matter if you're dealing with somebody who's in the leaded aspect of the prostitute. What's your price? What's your price? What's your price? Right? It's a good question. Because it's not all about money, is it? Right? Will you stay in something toxic just to survive? Or will you have faith? Look, it's not easy. But, you know, humanity's been working on it for, I don't know, a really fucking long time. So I wouldn't beat yourself up for it. So let's see. It's about faith, ultimately. But faith in who? Faith. Everybody has faith, but what's it in? Whole other convo there. Let's get the next 4 chakras down. Daughters of the Moon Tarot, just one card because it's the feminine energy. The internal world, your goddess energy, your creative intuition, heart, third eye crown, the alchemical laboratory where really the shadow work, the healing begins, because throat chakra minimum, you get to choose. You have total free will. Let's see. Please take a nice deep breath. It's quite the hero's journey. Still point. Goddess override. As I call upon my beloved goddesses of air, the sign of Aquarius, and powers of the east, please, beloved goddesses of fixed air. One card in clarity for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video who are drawn to this reading. What is the guidance, the grace, the wisdom, the power? The tarot message, what do they need to know to alchemize the prostitute from lead to gold, this full to new? The spider woman, the life weaver, the wheel of fortune. It's time. When it's a major arcana card in a chakra field, the way I read it, in an 8-card draw or a 5-card draw, there aren't any tarot with a 5-card draw, it is all of those at once. This is a destiny. It's time. It's written, the fates of woven, the life weaver, the spider woman. I mean, it goes back to, like, is it Anasazi mythologies? Oh, Neil Gaiman, help me, talk to me right now, right? About the spider, like, weaving the linear out of the Mariah giving us the timelines and all of that, how everything is interconnected, and you are being given an opportunity to move the wheel forward inside of yourself. But let's look at outside of yourself with the mythic tarot, the masculine energy, the lower 3 chakra dynamic, your relationships in the physical world, including your relationship to yourself, inside out, outside in. All right, pretty woman, here we go. I love when they finally let her shop. Please, let's try and keep it light. Please take a nice deep breath. I love when movies cross over like that. Still point. Oh. God override. I feel that. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Aquarius, and powers of the east, please, beloved gods of fixed air, one card in clarity for the Aquarian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. God override. Watching this video and called to this reading, what is the guidance, the grace, the wisdom, the power they need to alchemize the prostitute from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love? This full to new, the fool, you got a major arcana on the inner, major arcana on the outer. You're screwed, dude. It's a test. It's a leap of faith. It's faith versus comfort. The gods are looking out for you, man. Trust me on that. I can feel that. This is Dionysus. He's my natal patron. I've got a grapevine tattoo with the letter D on it. Literally died in the wall. I have taken a crap ton of leaps of faith. But if you want to see this as the connection to the internal infinite timelines and the quantum, you leap or you don't, up to you, but another version of you is either going to leap or don't, right? Moment by moment by moment. Where's your faith? Now, if you can trust in something, it's a good step towards fate. To understand then that what's going on inside of you, there's a certain synchronicity and alignment in those 4 chakras. And by all means, pay attention to your lower 3 chakra intuitive voices, right? Survival intuition, navigating through the physical world, particularly with Saturn in Aquarius. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, things are transforming. I get it. Test of faith, hero's journey. It just is what it is. I highly associate 11th house Aquarius with the heroes of the zodiac, you know? They are the heroes of the zodiac, right? That humanitarian 11th house, their creativity, you know, how it goes out into the world, which can also be destructivity, if that's a word. I'm not sure it is. Comment. You don't have to, I'll check it later. So those three atoms in between lead and gold, if we think of them as obstacles, then we can turn to Lord Ganesh, the Hindu elephant-headed god of success and prosperity that I have had a relationship with for over 25 years now. Working with the Ashaya monks when I was a CRC, a community relations coordinator at Borders Books and Music, and their book, First Thunder, came across my desk and we booked them. They're part of a tour. I took their first sphere workshop. I eventually took all 5 spheres, and as a result cultivated a lovely relationship with Lord Ganesh. Please take a nice deep breath. He's wonderful. And he doesn't get angry with me. He likes me. Still point. Ganesh, override. Kids. Alright, as I call upon my beloved Lord Ganesh, I love living in a neighborhood sometimes. That was one of those moments. Please, the synchronicity of it all. Beloved Lord Ganesh, God of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. What is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your oracle message to help the Aquarian and the cross watchers alchemize the prostitute from fear to faith, this full to new? Surrender, Dorothy. But like, lay back. Lay back. I know with my schedule I can't possibly lay back. Yeah, you can. You either do or they make you surrender. You know, Marianne Williamson said, I believe in a return to love. She said, I can either be driven to my knees or go down voluntarily, and that's in prayer, you pigs. I know what Aquarians are watching this video. In the state of sleep, manifestations take root. Here is a chance for rest and recovery after the challenges and various lessons that recently have been coming your way. Ganesha is offering you the option to retreat into a calm environment to replenish your energy and regain your composure. Saturn retrograde, boundaries, the teacher, Kronos, the god of time. I think you're being put on a timeout, babe. There is a need to stabilize your energy and recognize that you have been wrapped up in a stress-filled time. Do you know how many Aquarians I know? And it's true, I think across the board for all of them. Brief, if not all of humanity for the past, whatever, 10,000 years. Brief periods of respite will enable you to improve your energy levels and concentration, fixed air, Aquarius, as well as bring greater peace to your heart. This will set you up to start anew. It's exactly what these reads are for, to get you ready for that new moon. Of course I lost my place. Well, just start anew. No matter how big the task you are involved in, times of recovery, including a good night's sleep, are important to heal the body and reset your mind back to positivity, because there's nothing like an inspired, maybe somewhat distant, you know, seeing the larger picture Aquarian, that you guys light us up. You light up our life there. I just Debbie Booned us. You happy? If you're trying to make a decision or change, this may not be the best time. Give yourself a much needed break and decide once you have a clearer head. Clear air, fixed air, stratosphere, you're there. You live there. Bouncing off the satellites like the B-52s. Okay, so but you're going to have to surrender here, but you're going to do it through rest, right? Surrendering those 3 atoms in between lead and gold. It is time. And, you know, is it a leap of faith to take a nap? No, it's not. But if that's the motivation, saying, okay, I'm at the precipice. And this is kind of saying, it's like, don't jump just yet, but get a little acclimated there, right? You know, rest into it. Like, you can camp out on the cliff ledge for a little bit before you jump, until that inspiration is right, until faith moves you. It's lovely, honestly, and it is the human on the hero's journey. to embody the soul and the higher self, become a god, a goddess. You know, them Greek stories. I love them dearly. So everyone has access to the archangels. So I find this particular oracle and book, The Archangel Fire Oracle by Alexandra Women, published by Findhorn Press, to be very, very informative. But the thing with archangels is everyone has access to them, but, you know, there's a lot of complexity around you don't summon an archangel. You gently, politely make a prayer and you call them in. But there are so many of them, and there are different ones in the different choirs that are, you know, they multitask, is I guess what we're saying. But think of it this way. Your higher self has been called a guardian angel. Guardian angel belongs to a club called an archangel. And then they go up into, you know, the virtues, the thrones, the powers, the dominions, all the way back to source. So they're all messengers in one way, shape, or form. So call them in if you like. That's where the free will comes in. Call or don't call, up to you. Please take a nice deep breath. Because they know how to help. They're part of your contract. Still point. Archangelic override. As I call upon the pantheon of archangels for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Crosswatchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, please, who's waiting in the wings? With their wings ready to fly in and help at the slightest invitation, prayer, even a little research, a Google search could trigger an intervention, just asking so that they can alchemize the prostitute from shadow light, lead to gold, paint to pieces, full to new. Sandalphon, he's really tall and blonde, which is sort of my gig. Oh, I know a tall, very tall blonde Aquarian. He's probably watching this video. Sandalphon. I don't know if he's not the Archangel of Footwear, so he's got that going for him, but he's really hot. I mean, look at him. He looks like a really, really blonde, 5,000 foot tall Anthony Kiedis. Oh. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Oh, that man. Shall we? Oh, I need the magnifying glass for this one. The lighting's better, but the type is tiny. Sandalphon, the keyword is prayer. Surrender and pray. Do prayers of surrender. I got 10 billion of them if you need a hand. I could very easily contribute. Every prayer I do is a prayer of surrender. Sandalphon, the angel who truly links heaven and earth. Sandalphon is known as the tallest angel. So gigantic, in fact, that it is said to take 500 years to travel from his feet to his head, and I'm sorry, the anatomical humor is rushing through my third eye, but I'm going to behave myself for once. Like his twin Metatron, Sandalphon is one of only 2 angels who previously walked the earth as a human. He was the prophet Elijah. Now, I've heard otherwise, but you know, location, location, location. He is charged with looking after our planet and taking our prayers to God, weaving them into a crown of daisies, which you gotta admit is sort of adorable. Often symbolized by a wheel of fire. You do have the Wheel of Fortune. Often symbolized by a wheel of fire, rolling down the road. Notify your next of kin. This wheel might explode. Sandalphon is also known as the Wheel of the Divine Chariot. Woof. And like his image in the card, he keeps our feet firmly planted on the ground while we embark on our journey of enlightenment. A hero's journey, call it what you will. For this reason, Sandalphon is the ideal angel to call upon when you are doing any meditation or healing work, which I would think if you're in a place of rest, even little bits of it here, call him in. The message: surrender your requests and worries to heaven so you can make space for positive change. It's a faith read, darlings. Wait for a miracle. Even surrender, saying, don't jump just yet. Wait for a miracle. I'm here to receive your wishes, and I am working to help you manifest your hopes into tangible form. Well, that's just lovely, right? Because it's about physical survival in some way, shape, or form with the child, the victim, the saboteur, and the prostitute together. And they're always in the same room. Caroline May says they're like 4 legs of a table. If one of them there, all of them is there, they might be in the wings, right? So, in terms of physical survival here, about your faith, this seems very, very clear, but it doesn't seem incredibly active externally because, like Dionysus on the cliff, you're there. Just just had a strangers with candy moment. Let's let it pass. Okay, let's ground this very, very airy, faithy, divine, mystical read with, let's hope, ground it with the Divine Animals Oracle by Tony, sorry, wrong one, Stacy DeMarco. I'm getting my Oracle authors confused. The Divine Animals Oracle for the Pantheon of the Animal Kingdom, which, by the way, humans are part of, but they don't get a card in this one. Because we gotta shuffle them, I guess. Please take a nice deep breath. It's my favorite Pantheon. Still point. Totemic override. As I call to the spirit animals and totems for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, giving them the support, the strength, the protection, the power, the guidance, the grace, the wisdom, and the oracle message to help them alchemize the prostitute from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, fear to love, is full to new. Snicked Wolverine. Okay, wrong universe. Cope. Oh, I hear he has a huge Ackman. Anyway, Wolverine fierceness. Oh, fierce queen, work done, boots 10. Yeah. I love it. I love, because I gotta say, I got some fierce Aquarians in my life, pretty much lifelong too. No, they do not mess around. I mean, it ain't a honey badger, but you know, it's close enough. Because you know what? Wolverines do give a damn. Honey badgers don't. There, we just delineated some totemic delineation. It's a mouthful. Shall we? Wolverine, fierceness, work. We should develop a sense of healthy fierceness. Right now, do not shy away from things that confront you, but choose carefully how you act. I think that's a through line here. You can be fierce, but not angry. Loyalty is important right now, but loyalty to who? Loyalty to what? Prostitute. Hooker. Oh, hooker, please. Wolverine magic is to be utilized when you need real will and determination. When you are against the odds, or you need a bit of healthy fierceness to get things done. Like, what does it take to tell people, no, I'm taking time out? What does it take to say, no, that is a holiday. I will not work that day. I told you 3 months ago that I needed this day off, and I'm not doing it. Well, but I need the paycheck. There it is. And that's everybody on planet Earth, but that's what we're looking at here, right? And look, I don't feel like the Fool is jumping away from something. Usually it's jumping into something, not from something, right? So I don't think this is about anybody quitting their job necessarily, at least not yet. Where did I leave? Also, if you wish to have an energy witness to keep a vow or a secret safely for you, Wolverine would be a great choice. Hey man, I know them unbreakable vows. I swear on sticks. Oh no, SDYX, not the band. Stupid. I am so stupid, and that's why I'm so good at what I do. Okay, some of you might be saying, Mal, where the hell is the Macon healing mantra? Has something changed drastically? No, only the position. It went from card number 4 to card number 7, or second to last card down. And I gotta say, air signs have an advantage with mantra work silently or aloud. That's why my Venus and Libra, I work the mantras. So let's talk to the Ascended Masters of the General Assembly to get you a mantra to help you do this. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, still point. Ascended Masters, override. Because I always like permission. As I call to the Ascended Masters of the General Assembly, oh please, my beloved ones, one card in clarity, the perfect healing mantra for my beloved Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video. Maybe you called them to this reading. They're so egalitarian, 11th house, right? Truth, justice, and all of that. They are superheroes. I've never met one that wasn't in some way, shape, or form. So please, one card in and clarity, the perfect healing mantra to help the Aquarians and the Crosswatchers alchemize the Prostitute in the 8th, this full to new. Rewiring my nervous system. I find strength in surviving my traumas. Now that was one of my mantras. I do my 5-card draws and my 8-card draw. I work them for the 2 weeks. Why not, right? Do it by example or don't do it at all. That's a hero. But I had this one, and it really, yeah, sure, it brought up trauma that I had forgotten about, but all you have to do is survive it. As an incarnational soul on a really fucked up weird vacation here called life on planet Earth, we're not staying here forever. So that trauma doesn't come with us when we leave, but did we do what we came here to do? Did we complete the mission? I'm so toe at Justice League Dark, hanging out with Zatanna and that Constantine. Oh, that accent. It's just ridiculous. The British accent does to my nervous system. Does more than rewire it, darling, I'll tell you that. Shall we? On a perhaps more serious note, rewiring the nervous system. I find strength in surviving my traumas. When the nervous system is rewired, you're no longer trapped in the memories of your body. Cellular memories. You are the courageous hero or heroine, there you are, of your present reality, honoring every moment of hardship as the means through which your infinite strength and greatest depth of character is revealed. Now let's stick a pin in this. It is absolutely true that every hero thinks they're a villain. Right? And at some point, what is it? Every villain thinks they're a hero, but every hero questions, is this villainous? And if you're not questioning it, where are you? Right? So we're carrying a lot of stuff, ancestral patterns, thousands and thousands of years, let alone what we sucked up from society like sponges as kids, right? As you rewire your nervous system, you're no longer responding to life from the vantage point of your painful past. It's a shadow read, darlings, but instead are open to each encounter as being more miraculous than the moment before. And yes, that may be very optimistic, very affirmational, but as you get the rest that you need, bit by bit, it's time. It's time. There is a leap of faith. Prayer is your friend. Call in Sandalphon. He's lovely. And talk about big. Oof, that's big. You're Thor. I'm Thor. And I'm sure that the fierceness that you have inside of you, whether this is a justice issue or a personal issue, whatever it is that you're dealing with, you're going to help everyone on planet Earth by doing this, even little bits, by little bit, by little bit. This mantra is ideal for adjusting to life after loss, healing heartbreak, and becoming more optimistic. It's shadow work. There are some good links in the description box, by the way, not on my own, believe it or not, to help with shadow work. Some Greg Braden down there, The Shadow Effect, lovely movie. It's a documentary, sort of like The Secret, but for shadow work. Debbie Ford, blessed be. Goddess rest your soul. Shall we? Last card down, The Hidden Blessing, The Gold Within the Lead from The Blessed Bee by Lucy Cavendish. We do these for real because her prayers in this are absolute art. They move me. You feel it sometimes or watch it move through me. And it is the hidden gold within the lead, the hidden blessing, the light at the end of the tunnel. It will conclude the reading. But then, I do a quick blessimation at the end, a summation. And then I want to talk about some stuff for drawing the circle and some opportunities, should you be so interested. So enough's enough. Last card down. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And we end as we begin. Pantheonic override. I call upon the pantheons of all pantheons, a delegation from all traditions, lineages, and cultures. Please, beloved ones of the divine. One card in clarity for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and Crosswatchers. Ooh. Watching this video, drawn to this reading. What is the gold hidden within the lead? The light at the end of the tunnel. the hidden blessing already in play, though it may not be visible, to assist, to help, to guide, to bless the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers, to alchemize the Prostitute in the 8th, with the Life Weaver, Wheel of Fortune on the inner, the Fool, Dionysus on the outer, removing obstacles with surrender, working with the prayer of and to and with Sandalphon, with the Wolverine's fierceness, and rewiring their nervous system that they gain great strength and power by surviving their traumas, and they're still here. So please, beloved pantheons of all beloved pantheons, considering all of my Aquarian friends, what is the hidden blessing for them this full moon to new moon, June 2023? A blessing to bring prosperity. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank you, pantheons. I owe ya. No, they're like, nah, you do enough in a day, kid. They're really cool. I get away with so much because I don't take myself seriously, and yet I'm order and method, Hercule Poirot, all at the same time. Card number 21. A blessing to bring prosperity. That's so cool. She got some apples. She's ready to give some apples. Card number 21. Now, this is why I do these for real. Particularly, I want to see my aquariums prosper. Ready? Oh, let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. One more. Still point. Pantheons transmit. Card number 21. A blessing to bring prosperity. A blessing for you so that you will always have enough to support you and see you thrive. Dearest friend, may there be more than what it is you need, yet always let you be appreciative of all the gifts you have been given. May the natural prosperity and gifts of each season be yours, the fullness and wide open arms of summer and its rich harvests. May the falling leaves of autumn bring you the urge to let go and bring in and do what must be done. Let the depths of winter bring to you the richness of the inner light and life, the cold reminding you of the great golden heart at the center of you, and allow the spring to bring you the green shoot pushing through new beginnings. May there be plenty for adventures beyond your home and hearth. Let there be sufficient so that there is always wood in your fire, food in the pot, and light shining down upon you. May the flow of abundance that nature reveals within all of her faces be yours. And whenever there is need, know it will be met again and again with the blessings of the universe, for they will flow to you. And you may gather them up in your arms and create more and more of whatever it is you need, whatever it is your soul calls out for. You will be able to create a home. You will be able to nourish yourself and those you love. You will no longer struggle or attempt to force. Instead, you will enter the stream of plenty that flows all about you and is now yours. Let prosperity real and true be yours, and may there be gratitude and charity and generosity from you to meet the bounty of the world that now flows to you. Flowers, I think, works well as well. That flows to you. Blessings of prosperity to you, friend. Let bounty be shared and its ways taught, so that all may know the simple secrets of growing enough for all that is needed, considering one of my Aquarian friends is a gardener. That's pretty on the nose. So blessed be. For the well-being of all, for the prosperity of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So would it be. So it is. Not bad for a shadow raid. I mean, there's trauma involved. I get it. So, Prostitute. challenge of faith, the soul power that all of us are dealing with on the planet. And it's time. It's written. It's destined. It's fated, but fate is led. Destiny is gold. Choose as you will. Take the leap when you're ready, because it seems not just yet. There is still some surrender work. By all means, take the 2-week period to do so, but I would certainly look up Sandalphon. There's a lot written about him. He's gorgeous. He's wonderful. He's very trustworthy. I'd do him. I'd climb him, but, you know, who's got that kind of time? And call upon the fierceness, your inherent fierceness, healthy fierceness, to stand your ground. Wolverine snicked. Huge Ackman. And, of course, Rewiring. This is the unfun one, but it is a shadow read. You're finding strength in surviving your trauma. So if you're breathing, you've already done it. Right? It's really like that. In order to reveal the hidden blessing of prosperity, that there's everything coming to you that you need in the physical world for survival. You're glad you got the prostitute archetype, but it is about faith. So hang in there for sure, Z's. And if this made sense to you, if it helped for a shadow read, please just hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you want more, so it's certainly your choice to do so. Comment if you feel like commenting. And hit the notification bell if you want to know when the next one's coming out, because all of that just helps the Aquarians find the reading, and you got to admit, this is an important read. It felt that way from jump. But over on Patreon, it's not like that. You sign up for one of my levels of subscription, you get everything on that level. Even for the 7-day trial, right? We only have it at Seeker, but I could make all 8 of them that. But just so that you know, all of my subscribers get 3 things in common: the daily check-ins, the extended reads, and a significant discount on private sessions with me, which I'm doing more and more and more of as a result, as I changed my prices for 25 years, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But Patreon is just everything to me right now. I'm giving it my all there, and YouTube is a part of that, right? As is Facebook, as is everything else that's going on in my career right now. So I'm glad to serve. So come Patreon on Patreon. We're doing a lot of cool stuff. And booking private sessions with Mal is the new video. 25th anniversary. I made 4 actually videos for the anniversary. You can just look in the back catalog. They're there. But booking private sessions with Mal includes spiritual counseling and readings in person, on Zoom, recorded, unrecorded. We work it out. Of course, it's on my website in the store at drawingthecircle.com, drawingthecircle.com. But the video explains it all, I think, in a kind of fun way, and my mom liked it, so we're going with that. We got Hera's approval on that. I think that's a good sign. So yeah, click the link. There's lots of good stuff in the description box, but really, you guys are heroes, and you know what? Now I get why they told me to wear this today, because it's not just Superman, right? Like, I'll wear my Mal-El of Krypton. This is the Justice League, right? And not just us, it's everyone on the planet. So be fierce, be your authentic self, and I love your guts. I really, really do. You aqua lungs, my aquarium, so hang in there. Reach out if you need help. We're here. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.